Hello everyone, I thought I'd just do a quick tutorial for you because I keep getting asked about how do you conserve your food and how can you accumulate it to help you upgrade your SH. Well, there's a few things you can do. Sorry about that, I don't know what happened now. Here we go. Let me just press a few buttons, typical way. Well, the best few things, the tips that I've got anyway, right, is always keep your farms to the level of your SH. That way, when you're gathering the food from them, it helps you keep the level that your troops eat. But the more troops you have as well, the faster your food will be eaten. And you can see how much your upkeep is. Total upkeep is 80.1 per hour. That's how much they eat. K, that is thousands, yeah. So they eat 81,000 per hour. My troops at the moment, and that's 38,000. I think it is that? Well, they're all out at the moment, so I can't really give you an exact thing, but that, as you can see on the right hand side, it says total upkeep, and that will give you your total upkeep. But there's a way around this. What you can do is reduce your troops. This is what I always do when I level up. You can either do this in either ways. By keeping your troops in hospital, they don't eat your food, and that way you can level up, and the consumption of your troops eating food is not so high because it will tick like very fast, like a clock. And when you go to sleep or you're not playing the game, it will eat your food away. There's another thing you can do as well. You can actually do several of these things together. If you do them all together, that way it does reduce. You can reduce the consumption of your food, your troops eating food. What you can do as well, you can actually save up. If you go to the store, there's like, you've got your 24-hour upkeep reducers, yeah. One's 20%, which this small little drumstick here, the green one, that is a 20%. I think it might be 20%, 25% reducer. The bluish one, the two drumsticks, the 900 gold coins one, that is a 50% reducer. So you can use them as well on top of getting your troops killed. You can ask a friend to kill your troops who's in another alliance, or you can actually, when you've competed in an event like KVK, and you haven't got many troops and they're in hospital or whatever, what you can do then is make sure that you've got all the resources in place to be able to go on after that event and start gathering your food. Not only that as well, as you can see here, it's got store and inventory. If you press your inventory as well, you can actually save up for this here, where by doing rallies and stuff like that, you can save your food here. And when your stuff is actually in the inventory, your troops don't eat it. So it's only when you slide it across and use that it goes actually onto the main screen here, up here, and that's when your troops start to consume your food. What else you can do as well? You can, at the beginning of your game, or you can still do it now, you can burn or demolish, like your wood piles, your wood sawmills, and you can get rid of them and just keep. And instead of having sawmills, you can get rid of the wood, because you don't, like with the wood, you don't consume a lot of less of wood than you do of food. Do you know what I mean? So you can get rid of like all your sawmills and demolish them, and then bring up a farm. So that way you can get more farms, and that helps you to get enough food to battle against the consumption of your troops, if you get what I mean. And this is an ongoing thing, but what people have all their different ways, but these tips, if you combine them all together, they do work. But that's just part and parcel of the game. Do you know what I mean? Me personally, I have an equal amount of hospitals, an equal amount of troop tents, an equal amount of sawmills, equal amount of iron mines and silver mines. But at the moment I'm in two moods whether to cut out my sawmills now and put, instead of having sawmills, having food farms there instead, to battle the consumption of my food for my troops, because it is an ongoing battle. But the good thing about it, if you save up on your inventory, because it's not being used, you can actually save enough food within your inventory so that you can quickly slide it across at the end and then use it. There's another trick as well that you can use, but this is a bit of a, it's up to you what you do. What you can do is these tiles, as they're called, that's what they're called, like your farms, your sawmills, your iron mines, your silver mines, they are all numbered here. Look, there's a number there, look, 5, and it goes from 1 to 7, and the higher they are, the more resources they give you at the end of it. And the best resource place is in the centre of Avalon, where the castle is. If I click on there like I've just done, I'll show you. Look, it's just on the edge of Avalon, where the forest is. You actually see. Sorry about that. Oh, sorry about that. If I show you a tile, look, you can see it's numbered 7. Yeah, that is the highest resources you're going to get in the game. So you can actually, when you're going for your food, is put all your gathering troops on a 7 tile farm. That way you'll get more resources, but it depends how far away you're from these the centre of Avalon as well, because it's quite a long trek. If you're like on the edge of the map, sometimes you can march for a couple of hours and it's not worth your while to do that. You know what I mean? Say, like, for instance, if I go to the edge of the map, you'll see what I mean. It's like they're all numbered from 1 to 7, as I said, but 7 being the highest. And if you go, like, say I'm at this corner here, and look, you can see, look, the farm is a 1, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's like they're in circles, and you can actually see it on the map. If I show you here, press that, these are the resource levels that you get, and that's like numbered from 1 to 7. So 7 being your centre and 1 being your outside edge. we are actually on a level 6 resource area, but in saying that, most of our levels around where we are 5. So it's kind of like a mix. So you've got to use a mixture of stuff to be able to gather enough resources, food, to do what, to level up. That's the best way about it, as I've just explained. I don't know, like that's you've got to do a mixture of things to be able to do it. You know what I mean? But the best time around it is to gather all the rest of the stuff, like your silver, your iron, your wood, because your troops don't eat all that. And then at the end of it, when you've gathered all them 3 other resources, then start on your food. That way you can do it quickly and get it done. And you can, depending on where you are upon this resource map, is the area where you can gather. So I hope this has been helpful to you, because a lot of people saying, Paul, how do you do this? How do I get more food and all this? That's how you do it. But the best time to do it is actually when you've got a lot of troops in hospital, because that way, when your troops are in hospital and they've been killed and you've got less troops, that means you've got less troops to eat your food, but at the same time have your resources that you've gathered beforehand to be able to level up as quickly as possible. And not only that, what you can do as well is use your drumsticks, your resource reducers as well to help you. I hope this has all made sense. I've tried to do explain it as best as I can. Not a lot of people, they've like asked me, how do you do this, how do you do that, how do I do like get my food and without my troops eating it and all that. Keep on leveling up your farms and try to keep your farms up and have more farms. I'm actually going to get rid of my wood farms, my sawmills now, and I think I'm going to demolish a few and add a few more farms, because that way when you're actually gathering your food within your city, you've got more food that will be going onto the top counter here. So I hope this all helps. Anyway, I thought I'd do a little tutorial just to help people out, because people keep on asking me, Paul, how do I get my food? How do I do that without reducing your troops? You've got to kind of level it off and try and do the best of everything. Do you know what I mean? And find your own little niche and your own little way of doing it. And it can be pretty difficult, especially with the food, because your troops eat it all the time and you've got to sleep. You can't be on the game 24 hours a day, so it's quite hard. But what you can do as well, what I do find, is that you can set an alarm if you want. Do you know what I mean? So like when you send your troops out to gather some food, say for instance, and they're going to be 3 hours on that tile, you can set your clock for 3 hours time, so that you know when they come back, your alarm's going to go beep 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 and remind you, and then you wake up or whatever, and then you can send them back out and then go back to sleep. That's a bit dramatic, but you can do that. Do you know what I mean? So there's different ways of doing it. I hope I explained and you've fathomed some of the ways that you do it anyway. So anyway, I'll leave it at that. God bless. Whoosh bang wallop. The wattage is out of here. I'll try and do another tutorial tomorrow, because I haven't been doing many updates lately because I haven't been that well. I've got some good news for you as well. Myself, I'm actually I'm actually going up a level now. So I'll be from level 24 to level 25. So my SH has gone up. So I'm one more step away from getting my T9s, which is really cool. So what I'll do, I love you and leave ya. Bye bye, whoosh bang wallop, the watch is out of here. Bye bye, we're gone.